Good morning, folks. What I've got here is a presentation on a Scotsman called Andrew Carnegie. He was born in Dunfermline. We're talking about, well, it's got the date on there, 1835. His father was a weaver, and of course when steam machinery started to come in to power the looms, he lost his job. There wasn't anything else for to go at. He decided he would emigrate with the family consisting of Mrs. Carnegie Senior, obviously, and two sons. Andrew was the eldest and he had a younger one. They emigrated to Murray when he was 13. His first job was what's called a bobbin boy in a mill. He used to put the bobbins on the looms. Then he became an apprentice sort of thing, telegraphist. But he was a man that was in the right place at the right time, luck on his side. He didn't do everything just as it should be. Businessmen, they say there's no sentiment in business, but he made out. But eventually he decided he'd made that much money. He became the second wealthiest man in America. The first one was Rockefeller, J.D. Rockefeller. Do you find a seat?
Thank you very much.
In today's values, I mean it was millions then, but in today's values it was billions. And he decided that he would give it away. Not all of it, enough for to live on, but he wanted to give a lot away. One of the things that he believed in was literacy, and he funded over 3,000 libraries in the English-speaking world. 3,000! What are libraries? If for Sunderland, he gave enough for 2. But the librarian in the town at the moment, Dees, managed to stretch it out and got 3 out of the funding that he got. This one, Kyle Road and Monkweymouth. Notice I do say Kyle. There's an awful lot of people who say Kale. It's Kyle, the Scottish name. It's like that one, Finkel, people will say Finkel Abbey. It's no such thing, it's Finkel Priory. That's by the by. Anyway, we'll start with this. It's only a matter of 5 minutes because when young Raymond, where is he? There he is, asked me to do this, I hadn't a clue what I'd heard of him, but I had nothing. So it's an ongoing project. There will be more, but this is all I've got at the moment. But it absolutely astounded me, this man, what he accomplished. He became the biggest steel producer in America, in Pittsburgh. He imported the Bessemer process from England, which converted the raw iron into steel. And of course it was at the time when the railroads in America were expanding, being in the right place at the right time. And he supplied all the metal rails, the steel rails for the railways. Right. Acknowledgements, ones on which I've got photographs or helped me, Phil Curtis, Norman Kirtland, and of course my own society, the Sunderland Antiquarian Society. This was his birthplace in Dunfermline. There were 2 families lived there, both weavers, but of course no work, they had to move.
They're only half of it, weren't they?
Yes.
The half of it was there, because you said one bedroom upstairs.
Yep. There's the 1 room downstairs in which everything went on. That's Carnegie, age 16, with his brother Thomas. And that's him in 1878. Notice there the lovely top hat. That's his little shack in New York. It has since become a museum. But the size of it. The statue of him in Dunfermline. And that was him caricatured in 1903. Now, interesting this, I was showing this at the antiquarians yesterday, and I'd misspelled caricatured, and nobody knew how to spell it. I got Phil, what do you think? Oh, that's not right, but it wasn't sure, and we went round trying to find out how to spell it. That's his little shack in Scotland. He bought Skibo Castle up in the Highlands. That's him there in 1914 with his colleague. He did quite often come across and stayed there. The gentleman on the far left is Carnegie. He came into Sunderland to open Monk Wearmouth Library. He funded 3, as I say, but this one he came and actually opened it. He's staying with the mayor in Rokerback Road in 1909. That's his memorial, Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, North Tarrytown. That's quite an address. A quick one there, the timeline of the life of Carnegie. Born in Dunfermline, 1835, 1848 moved to Allegheny, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Pennsylvania. Took a job as a telegraph messenger boy, was employed by Thomas A. Scott. He was the man who made Carnegie rich. He already had a big business, advised Carnegie what to invest in, and of course it paid off. Took his family, in 1881 took his family to the United Kingdom. A point here, his mother did not want him to get married. And he didn't get married until, oh, I've got to tell you, which was surprising. Where are we? Married in 1897, age 62. He didn't rush things. He had one in family, a daughter, and I don't know as yet what has happened with her. Some notes here. Born in 1835, his wife was Louise Whitfield. He had one daughter. 1881 trip to the UK. 1886, his brother Thomas died at the age of 43. 1897, married, age 62. And 1901, literally for billions, he sold the whole lot out to J.P. Morgan, who was another wealthy American. He funded approximately 3,000 libraries and funded 7,000 church organs. 1919, the 11th of August, my birthday, he died of bronchial pneumonia. I like this one. Where are we? Man must have no idol, and the amassing of wealth is one of the worst species of idolatry. No idol is more debasing than the worship of money. And that was his philosophy. Hence he gave most of it away. There's Monk Wearmouth Library, one of them. That's the one that he came to open, with the pub, the fort next to it. Hendon on the top and Kyle Road on the bottom. Hendon being opened on the 19th of October 1908 and Kyle Road the 2nd of July 1909. And that's all I've got so far for Carnegie. Now I've got